We all know auctions are exciting. Did you know, boy, they can get you the most that you are auctioning off, and especially when you're dealing with the professionals. We got Jay Cash here with James R. Cash Auctioneers. Guys, they've been in the business for 40 years. When you were talking about auctioning, you've done the big things, you've done the little things, you have seen it all.
Yeah, the finest assets in the world can be sold at auctions, from automobiles, racehorses, fine art, jewelry, to real estate. There's really no exception. What we do is provide sellers with certainty and confidence that they're getting the most money for their assets, which for us typically is real estate. It's their house, it's the farm, it's a property they may have inherited from a family member, and that's really what we specialize in.
And there's a lot of emotions behind those type of situations, but these are waters you have navigated over the decades and really on how to do it right.
Absolutely. You know, we in all walks of life, whether you go to the doctor, you go to the dentist, you go hire an attorney, there's good ones and bad ones, and you want to make sure you've got somebody that is professional and they know what they're doing, because you have so much riding on this transaction, which typically the sale of your home is one of the largest transactions you're ever going to be part of. And that's what we do best.
All right, let's talk about getting paid,
okay?
Right? Because you want your client to get the most money, but how does it work in an auction setting for the auctioneer or the company?
Okay, that's a great question. People ask us all the time. How do you get paid as the auctioneer? So there's 3 or 4 different ways an auctioneer can get paid. One is a percentage based on the final sales price. That's a commission. Typically how you would see that in a real estate transaction. All commission is negotiable, whether in real estate. It could be in the form of a flat rate or a flat fee. And the third most popular way is in the form of a buyer's premium, and that's where the buyer of the property pays the commission and expenses of having the auction. And that's what you see to be very common in Middle Tennessee, is a buyer's premium, where the buyer pays the commission, not the seller.
Let's talk about this home situation, because if you're thinking, okay, I want to go to these auctions, I want to get in on buying a home at auction, you can go into the home. It's not like you just stand in front and say, oh, looks good to me.
Yeah, at a properly conducted auction, a lot of great auction companies in Middle Tennessee, they're going to allow you to look at the home, they're going to allow you to get inspected prior. It's just once you pay for the home, or once you're the winning bidder and you are now the next owner of the home, it's not subject to inspections or appraisal. There's no contingencies, which is ultimately what the seller wants. They want to have certainty and confidence. They're selling their home for the most money, and they know that it's going to close in 30 or 45 days from the date of the auction.
All right, how do people get started if they're considering going the auction route?
First thing we do is we sit down, we come meet with them at their property, we preview the property, and we just figure out if it's right for them. You know, never are we going to talk somebody into having an auction. There are a lot of properties that they need to be listed in the traditional sense with the realtor, but there are a lot of situations, whether it be an estate, divorce, a property that's over improved, if it's a luxury home or if it's a home that's in high demand that's going to get a lot of interest and a lot of offers, you might as well have an auction, because sellers win when buyers compete, and that's what we do best. We bring buyers together and make them compete to get the most money.
And there's no secrecy. You're hearing the bids.
Yeah.
So you know, okay, listen, I got to go up higher in order to make this work.
It's completely transparent. An auction is the fairest way for a buyer and seller to have a meeting of the minds and who's willing to pay the most. And that's what we do best, is kind of referee that, create excitement and energy, and ultimately get the most money for our seller.
Yeah, you do. All right, Jay Cash, JamesRCashAuctions.com. Give them a call, 615-785-8982. Check them out online. Get started today. Good to see you.
Thank you.
You're watching Today in Nashville.